Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for Tuesday, the 30th of October. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY on a 15-minute chart, extended market hours chart, and we'll start here. And as you can see, Friday we had that sell-off into the close in the pre-market. This morning they were pushing us up into the pre-market. Then your market opens up kind of undecided what it wants to do. Then around 10 o'clock, we get this kind of reversal candle, and it was kind of off to the races here. We popped up to about 270.25 on the SPY, and then slowly we started to come back down. But at around 2 o'clock, some tariff news was coming, hitting the news wires. Tariff talk around 12 o'clock, and then finally at 2 o'clock, more tariff talk was coming out, released by Bloomberg, and then we dropped down to about this 260 area on the SPY. And right now you can see we're just kind of chopping sideways in the after hours. If you notice on this 15-minute chart, this, I guess, orange line here, that's the 130 SMA. So far, we've been kind of staying below that. We got this small pop today above it, then we broke down below it. So we've been remaining below the 130, which is equal to about the 5 SMA on the daily chart. Also note that on our 15-minute chart, if you kind of look at the 200 EMA, SMA, you can almost treat them like a trend line here. All right, so if I draw a trend line, right, going across, you notice we haven't been able to break back above this light blue line that I just drew, that trend line, and also we've stayed below the 200 EMA SMA. So right now, basically we have weak markets, and every move up is getting sold off right now. So for swing traders, it is definitely, hands in your pockets, and you're better off doing nothing as a swing trader right now. Now, we did have a swing trade that we did take Friday because we saw some call activity coming into Citigroup. So we took a quick swing trade. We bought in on Friday. We saw large option activity in Citigroup and Bank America, and we got about $1 out of the swing trade, and then had to back out of the rest at break even on that swing trade. So we made money on it, not as much as we wanted to because of the market conditions, but we did get a $1 pop on that. Some other things we were trading. Now, we were trading to the upside this morning. And some things that we were trading CGC, right? We were trading CGC for the bounce, and we did get that. We got in at CGC at around that, I think it was 38. Yeah, the second one. We canceled the first one, CGC over 38.80, because the stock continued to move down. Then we recalled it, CGC over 38.30, and the stock gave us a nice, about a 70-cent gain on that one. We also traded AMD. That one was moving down. We got into AMD at around $17.80. This little UUU, actually listed it here as cancel, but we re-established it again. We called it back over the mic. We brought it back to life. Got in at 180, and the stock moved up to about $2.05 or so on UUU. Another trade that we did in the room today, we were watching KND. So we went ahead and did a short on ATVI today, and that was right in this area here when it was breaking down below 67.50. All right, you can see how important 67.50 was to ATVI. So we called out in the room, if this breaks down below 67.45, to take it to the short side, and the stock moved down all the way to $63.50. So a nice short there on ATVI. Also, that what gave us the idea was that Electronic Arts was also moving down. Another stock we played to the upside today was Twitter. We took Twitter over $33.08, and the stock moved up about 30 cents, 35 cents on the trade. So that was another nice one for us. We were watching the shippers today. They were getting some buying before all the big reversal in the market. So we had an overall, the first couple of hours were really good. We got a beautiful short on ATVI, and then the market mostly. It was Boeing selling off today. Boeing, there was a plane crash in Indonesia, a 737 Max, and that's made by Boeing. And there was that plane crash, so Boeing was down quite a bit today, and that was moving the Dow down, reversing the Dow down. Also, you had IBM buying out Red Hat today, and that IBM, after doing that buyout of Red Hat. I think it was for $190 per share, about $34 billion. IBM also moved down today, so that didn't help the Dow at all either. And then, like I said, Bloomberg came out with news on the tariff talks with China and Japan. I'm sorry, with China and the United States. Sorry about that. Saying that the U.S. was going to add an additional 257 billion in tariffs. Now, this news wasn't really new news, but the market took it like it was, and so stocks rallied this morning, and then they got slammed in the afternoon. So that was our day today, mostly playing to the long side, and one short on ATVI. That was a beautiful short. Now, some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the trade exchange. And I'll scroll back up. So we had some earnings come out after the bell tonight. And AKAM is one that's actually up, or was up. Yep, AKAM is still up in the after hours. They beat by 11 cents, and they beat on revenue. So AKAM holding up in the after hours tonight after that earnings release. HIIQ earnings per share beat by 1 cent. Revenue beat HIIQ. Not too much reaction on that one. We had Texas Roadhouse. This is a steakhouse. Their earnings came out. Earnings per share missed by 15 cents and a revenue beat. But that stock is moving down in the after hours. Rambus also had earnings. RMBS, that stock not doing too much after hours on Rambus. MDLZ, Mondelez ticking up a little bit. They earnings per share beat by 1 cent, revenue miss for Mondelez. Let's see, we had Wing, WING, another restaurant stock. They reported 2 cents revenue and in revenue in line. Sorry about that. They beat by 2 cents, revenue in line on WING. Rambus, RMBS, earnings per share in line, revenue miss for RMBS. And let's see if there was anything else that stands out. KLAC, earnings per share beat by 26 cents, revenue beat. So CLAC, KLAC, that stock, I guess, kind of ticking up in the after hours tonight. They did sell it off a little bit, but bouncing back here. So they beat on earnings. RIG, earnings per share beat by 15 cents, revenue beat. RIG, which is in the oil services sector, not too much reaction to that one at the moment on RIG. Another stock, other stocks that had news after the bell tonight. Just scrolling through quickly, as you can see, there was a lot of news. AMED beat by 18 cents, beat on revenue. AMED. Dries was up in the after hours tonight. Their earnings came out. They reported their financial results. Also, Dries doing a new share repurchase program of 50 million. As you can see, when the earnings came out and the news of the repurchase, they popped it up to about $5.55, but then quickly reversed it back down to about 5 and change here on Dry. So that's some of your news in the after hours tonight. Let's see, MNGA filed Form 3. So that's a dilution. MNGA, that stock is moving down in the after hours tonight. MNGA, that's a popular under 50-cent name that a lot of folks watch that one. So I figured I'd give you the news on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the action in the market. So the VIX still with a 24 handle on the VIX here. So I can't say that the bottom is totally in here yet. We haven't even gotten a 30 handle on the reversal today. We had this back here on the VIX back in October 11th. We had a high of 28, 29, we'll call it. Today the high was only up to 27, 28. So, I don't know. The Bulls and the Bears can kind of debate this, but I don't know. To see the bottom in, you'd like to see something with a 30 handle on it for the VIX. Now, I don't know if we'll get up to the 50 spot on this sell-off in this market. Your guess is as good as mine. But today I would have liked to have seen maybe hitting a 30 or at least above this previous high on the VIX. That didn't happen yet so far. As far as other areas that were up today, we had the XLU, the utilities were up 1.41%, REITs were up 1%, consumer staples were up again, so defense stocks. The banks were up a little bit. Like I said, we got a swing trade in Citi. We took it off today for the quick pop. So the XLF was up just under 1% for the day. The XRT was up about 0.5%. Now the XRT is the retail space, all right? And some retail names, you had Macy moving up today, Nordstrom moving up, Target ups, TGT getting some buying there. Walmart was up a bit today. Walmart, don't like the close on that candle though, by the way, on Walmart. You had L Brands also climbing a little bit. So the retail space was getting a little buying. It's October, and you have Christmas coming up and the shopping holidays there. So the retailers were getting a little buying today. As far as change to the downside, once again, JNUG was down almost 4% today. The XOP, oil and exploration, down almost 4%. The OIH down 3%. The biotechs, the mid caps were down 3%. The Qs down 2%. Oil was down another 2% for the day. The SMH was down over 1% for the day. So the Dow ended up down 245 points for the day. If you take from the highs to where the Dow closed, I think we were down, the reversal at one point was down about 700 in the reversal from the highs to where it was at. We were down about 400 points on the Dow, maybe a little bit more. And so quite a reversal in the market. So the markets popped and then got slammed today. So for swing traders, definitely not your kind of a market. It's a day trading market. My service does both. We do day trading and swing trading. Right now, we're enjoying the day trading and the swing trades. Like I said, we get an occasional one here and there. We got Citi on Friday and a pop this morning in it, but we took it right off, took some profits, and now we are flat again on swing trades. So, like I said, mostly day trading in the service right now. Now, as far as the watch list for tomorrow, so I'll be watching this AKAM for tomorrow. I'll have Amrin, which has been very strong, pulling back a little bit. You see how strong AMRN has been. Today was a pullback in it, but even so, came down to about the 5 moving average here. So I'll be watching that one just because of the strength. I saw ANW, a small little oil stock, perking up in the after hours. Now, I'm not in love with this list by any means. BDSI was showing some strength today. BDSI, CGC, the pot stocks. Watching this one for a possible bounce play. Let's go to the weekly here. We're coming up to the let me get rid of these lines for you here. We're coming down to about the 34 moving average on CGC. This is the one that has the I guess you could call it the backing of Constellation Brands, STZ. So this is my favorite in the group, CGC. So I'll be watching this one. DCIX shippers once again we're popping. Like I said, in the after hours tonight, Dries was moving up after their earnings report. Then they pulled it back down. So we'll see if any of the other shippers. Here's ESEA. We'll see if this one wants to do anything again tomorrow. GLBS, another shipper, GSL, was up in the after hours tonight, now pulling back. Another shipper, a regional bank, HBAN. Kind of putting in this bottom here, trying to turn the corner, has that $14 area up ahead. J&J is holding up through all this selling, might be one to watch. I don't know if this is going to do anything tomorrow. Clack, it's up here in the after hours, so that one will be on watch. KNDI actually got a nice pop today on KNDI, still below this $5 area, but 2 million shares came into KNDI today, so keep an eye on that one intraday. Coca-Cola, right, flight to safety, holding up, trying to get back above this 46.75 spot on Coca-Cola. PTI actually held up okay today. I didn't get any trades in this one today, but I'll be watching it tomorrow. PTI. Another shipper is PXS, holding up fine. Starbucks has earnings coming up soon, but this stock has been holding up like a rock through all this selling here. Look at the action in Starbucks. Hasn't even broken and stayed below the 5 or the 10 SMA on the daily chart here on Starbucks. Let me check and see when their earnings are for you on Starbucks. Let me bring this over. So these are the earnings courtesy of Earnings Whisper right here. So Starbucks will be reporting earnings Thursday after the bell. All right, you got Apple reporting Thursday after the bell, Facebook tomorrow after the bell, GE before the bell, Under Armour will be reporting. So here's some of your earnings. You got Baba reporting Friday, ExxonMobil, et cetera, et cetera. So that's some of your earnings. So remember, Starbucks is coming out soon. So if you get involved in that one, just be aware. Right now, I guess for maybe intraday trading. Sino, SINO, another shipper here, SINO perking up. Let's check it in the after hours, not doing too much. 1.5 million shares came into Sino. I believe their earnings, let's see, coming up the 13th of November for SINO ship. Let's see, that one was perking up a little bit. Now, this was an under $1 name, under $1 shipper, a little bit of expanding volume here. Their earnings come, I think it's either the 7th of November or the 6th of November. I'm not sure, but I think it's one of those days coming up next week. Another one, SUNW, if you like these under 50-cent names, was trying to turn the corner. You have this kind of, turn uh, uh, basing here, now turning and getting above the 20 SMA for SUNW. So if you like that, keep an eye on that. What else do we have? TNK, another shipper popping up today. 3.4 million shares on TNK. Tops, we spoke about already. Twitter, actually holding up okay, Twitter, but battling to get above the 200, the green line you see here on Twitter. Came up to the highs today of 33.75. So keep your eye on Twitter. It's been holding up through this selling. Vert, small little financial company here. Trying to get up through 23, 1.1 million shares on VIRT. All right, so that's some of the stocks I'll be watching for tomorrow. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. If you would like to try my service, I am having a free open house November 6th, 7th, and 8th. You can come to all those days, one of the days, whatever you prefer. Just fill in your name and your email and hit that send button there, and then we will send you the link with that information as we get closer. Also, the link to do that is down in the description box of this video. So just scroll down a bit and go to the description box and you'll see the sign up link for that. All right, this is Mike at zozostockwatch.com. Have a very good day trading tomorrow. Keep it light on those swing trades. Don't overtrade during the day. And best to you for your day tomorrow.